Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the String Theory podcast. Today, I am here with
Devin, the one and only.
and today we are going to be talking about self-care. So, Devin, what has your self-care journey looked like for you?
My self-care journey, which is so funny, it didn't start with like myself. It didn't take me to like this year to finally, like, I don't know, kind of focus on myself and just, take care of myself and all of that. I think everyone has their own journey of, finding their self. Like mine was like, I'm a I still am. I'm a big people pleaser. And I think that got into the way of like, focusing on me. Cause I mean, as much as I say I hate people, I love people. And I love, I like when I see couples out there and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I just like seeing people happy. Like it doesn't have to be in a couple sense, but, so I don't know. I always helped people a lot more than I did help myself. And that, a lot of repercussions came from that. So for instance, like my old work, like job, I used to work in a karate dojo, and my sensei, who was my boss, he like kind of took advantage of me, and I kind of just let him. And it wasn't until this year is when I realized, I'm like, why would I let someone do that to myself? So actually in the bathroom in there, I had like a little I don't know, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, had a little chat with myself. It was a little weird, but it helped me a lot. And I was like, okay, we're gonna start taking care of you. I'm gonna start taking care of you, speaking to me in a self sense. And I quit that job and everything, and it was super crazy. So it's been a journey, but I'm learning how to say no to people. And not everyone has to be pleased, and if they don't like it, then that's okay, because I'm still fine.
That's really good to hear. You had mentioned being a people pleaser. Have you reflected on where you think that stems from?
I definitely have, and I continue to reflect about that, like, to this day. From where it stems from, I don't know. I think it's more of, like, a me thing. Like, obviously I was raised to, like, be nice to people and be kind and all of that. But I think I took it to more of, like, a more fuller extent to, like, I don't know where it derived from, really. But I guess you know what? I think I do. I've always been the person, like, I don't want someone to be disappointed. And that's why I always say yes to everything, because I don't want them to be, like, disappointed and sad and everything. But I had to realize, like, again, not everyone's gonna, I don't know. It's like, not everyone is going to be fulfilled, I suppose. And not everyone's gonna get what they want. And even if it comes from me. So I don't like seeing people disappointed or sad. I don't like saying no to people. But I've had to say no a lot, actually, this year. And me not saying no turned into a whole big situation with a past friend. Like, he was constantly asking for money, and I said yes every time, to the point where it got to, like, almost, I'm gonna expose myself a little bit here. I almost gave him like in total it was like $1,400 altogether. So, and that was for me not saying no. But then I finally put my foot down for that, and I was like, yeah, no, we gotta get you out of my life. So I didn't say it like that, but literally. But yeah, it's just, sometimes you just gotta say no, even if it disappoints the person. You don't want to disappoint yourself, and I was really disappointed in myself because of that as well. So to this day I still kind of am, because I'm like, why would you let people do that to you? Why didn't you have that much self-love? And I feel like I'm finally finding that self-love, and again, I'm saying no more, and it makes me feel good too. And it's not the end of the world if you say no. Honestly, they'll be fine, and if they're not, then they're not really people you should be around, to be honest. So
I saw this video, I think it was on TikTok, about this girl. She wasn't talking about self-love. She was talking about fashion tips. And she, like me, has an innate fear of being overdressed or underdressed. And she has this motto for herself that's kind of along the lines of, who's going to fight you? Like, who's going to fight me if I'm overdressed or underdressed?
Right.
So I feel like that can also apply to self-care of, like, who's going to fight you if you say no. And like you said, I think it's really good that you have that moral for yourself of, if someone doesn't respect your decision to say no, that they're not meant to be in your life. And exactly. I really respect that. I feel like you have come a long way throughout the time that I've known you, of your self-care journey, how would you say that you practice self-care now?
The way I practice self-care now, well, first, like what we just discussed, saying no. That I feel like saying no is a form of self-care, because you don't want it, if you say yes and it's like mentally draining on you, then that's not self-care. But other things I tend to do were, honestly, I mean, it's kind of not really self-conceited. It's not like egotistical, but I like taking pictures of myself. And, it kind of gives me and going to the gym too, kind of, more so going to the gym. I'm not a big gym rat. I'm not some like, oh my god, I get them gains every day and all that stuff. But it's more like mental for me. It's really good discipline, and seeing myself, and even if I made little progress or just seeing myself after a pump, I'm like, okay, damn. But that's like, that derives from like the confidence, and I'm trying to be more confident in myself as well. So I guess that's a form of self-care, and how I be confident is just look at yourself. There's obviously, we're all gonna have those days where we're like, ew, you're one ugly, yeah, you know what. But everyone has those, and if you don't, well, I applaud you, because I would like that confidence, please.
Do you think that self-confidence and self-care go hand in hand? Like, you can't have one without the other?
I feel like that, yes, you can't have one without the other, because without self-care, like, you're not going to be able to see that confidence. You're not able to have that confidence. But without having that confidence, you're not going to have the confidence to have, like, to take care of yourself, or to look at yourself in a new way. So I feel like they complement each other very well. And the more self-care you do, the more confidence you have as well, I feel like. So, yeah. Another way, I know we were talking about ways to, like, how you practice self-care. Another way for me is kind of like taking a day to myself. Like, I feel like everyone needs that one day, after work, after school, and you just have that day of when you just focus on yourself, mostly, kind of like a you day.
Like a reset?
Kind of like a reset, exactly. So, just like, I don't know, my thing is like, I have a day where, I shave my face, or like, I kind of take care of my body a little bit more. I, do my face stuff. But I mean, that's an everyday thing, but there's just a day where I just like, okay. And then, just like kind of relaxing and staying off. Okay. I mean, I'm not a big social media person, but I do post here now and then. But I feel like social media is it gets in the way of self-care, because there's so many, I mean, everyone knows this. There's like, social media isn't like not the standard, like people you see on there, you cannot like compare yourself to them, I suppose. And I feel like that's like self-harm, like comparing yourself to someone on social media, because there's always those filters and stuff. But I need to do this more often. I think I need a day without social media, because it kind of gets me in a craze sometimes, and when I'm off it, I feel more relieved. It's not like I don't hate it, obviously. I post. I did TikTok for a little bit. I'm on and off with TikTok, but I just feel like, that can damage your self-care, because there's just so many standards on there.
Do you find yourself comparing yourself to people often?
No, that's one thing, like, I've never really done. Sometimes, I mean, there's times where I'm like, damn, I wish I looked like that person. But it's not so much of like, I get obsessed with that. I'm like, dang, like, who doesn't want to look like that? But I don't let it tear me down. Like, that's one thing. I've never been the jealous, envious type when it comes to, I guess so like comparing myself to other people. I like seeing people in success, like my friends, my family. I love it so much, because it's like, I think that's another thing with people pleasing, like seeing other people like, be succeeded, that's like a form of happiness for me, which is like fine in a sense too. But it's like, it kind of gets to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I need to be happy for myself too. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like, so I just started college, and I'm like, I have friends who are like literally gonna graduate soon. So I guess that's in a sense of like, I compare myself to them. Like, dang, I'm just starting, and everyone's going to UCs, or they're starting college, but everyone has their own journey as well. So
do you feel like you're behind in that sense?
Sometimes I feel like I am behind, but you have told me, and all my friends and family have told me, like, people don't start until like they're in their 30s. So it's like, it's never too late to do anything, and I feel as if that is true, and I just got to get into that mindset of doing so. I just got to go at your own pace, or go at my own pace, and in general, you have to go at your own pace when it comes to that type of stuff.
That's good that you have a good head on your shoulders about that. And that I really like that you take constructive criticism from people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in our whole lifetime, really, because we've known each other our whole lives.
Literally, we were born in the same hospital next to each other. Well, I don't know. But
so for podcast, me and Devin, we grew up being told that we were cousins.
No, literally.
And it turns out we're not. We are basically family friends. There's some baby drama mama in our family, to say the least. But so we're technically not cousins, but we told we were. Our moms were in the hospital at the same time, and they were in a bed right next to each other. And I was born on April 22nd, and Devin was born the following day.
April 23rd.
Yeah, and we've been friends since then. And so string theory, for people who don't know, is that it's not the physics string theory, it's the invisible string theory that some of you may have heard on TikTok, that talks about there's this invisible string that is connecting everyone, and people are hidden in plain sight, and then you connect with them at a later time in life. So me and Devin, we grew up pretty much alongside each other until I had moved.
I feel like
and then
middle school, was it?
Yeah, 7th grade.
Were you there for 5th grade?
Yes, but I was in Vista.
School. You're in Vista, but even so, like
we kept in touch.
We did for a little bit, because we
played what was it? Adventure Quest.
Oh my gosh, we saw it at the same time, and oh my gosh,
we talked about Pokemon a lot.
And we had these the phones. Obviously, we didn't have like our own.
I had a landline.
It was a landline. I had a landline too.
Was it white?
No, it was like it had like clear buttons, and it was like black, and I don't know, but we had a landline, and we used to like talk I forgot how we even got. I think you gave your number to me or something.
Maybe, because my landline number stayed the same pretty consistently. My grandma made me remember her phone number and the landline number, and that was it.
Oh, Veronica.
But yeah, so we kept in touch, and then I moved, so I wasn't able to have the landline. I don't think I ever gave you a new number.
No.
And then we didn't come back into contact with each other from 5th grade to our senior year.
Like senior year, that was like,
yeah.
I don't want to count how many years that was.
Do you want to tell the story about how we reconnected?
How we reconnected? Okay, so we were senior years when we reconnected, like she said. She actually reached out to me first. Mm-hmm. How did you get my stuff?
I think I just snooped around on Instagram and hoped something would land. I
mean,
I know your
destiny.
full name, so
I know, for real.
Yeah.
So she contacted me on Instagram and was like, "Oh my!" And I saw the text, but I'm too lazy to get it out.
It's a long.
Yeah, it's a long thing. But she was like, "Hi." Wait, I don't. Wait.
Well,
she's,
from
hi.
what I remember was that so I hadn't seen any pictures of you since.
You know what's
5th grade.
crazy? And you contacted me like in the middle of the school. You're like, how did we not see each other?
Well, our school is pretty big. I don't think we really crossed paths because in my version of events was that what I recall is one day I was walking across campus. I was doing something I normally wasn't doing. It was outside of my routine, and I had saw you, what I thought was you, walk with a group of friends, and I was like, oh my god, I think that's Devin. And I messaged you saying like, hey, do you go to our school? And you're like, oh my god, yes. And I think that following week we agreed to meet up at
lunch. I remember.
And it was a really short visit. I feel like
we just like saw each other, hey, and then left.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I don't know if it was awkward for you, but it was a little awkward for me because I feel like there was such a big gap of time that we hadn't seen each other.
Low-key.
I don't know if you feel the same way.
I
it's totally
didn't feel
fine if you
awkward
don't.
as well towards you. I was like, when she texted me, I was ecstatic. I was like, that's how you say that, right?
Yeah, ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, but I was like so excited, and I didn't really feel awkward, but I was surprised because this girl has been taller than me, literally, like all through elementary school, and like the last time I saw her, she was taller than me, because I guess girls mature.
Well, I had a growth spurt. I was taller than everyone. Right now,
taller than everybody.
Right now, I'm 5'6".
No, now she's shorter than everybody.
And
no,
it's not that bad. I mean, so right now I'm 5'6", and throughout all of elementary, I was towering over everyone.
Literally.
I was bullied for it. It's
But you were?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of expected. You know how kids are. Kids are kind of ruthless like that.
Kids are, especially nowadays. Oh my gosh.
And I stopped growing at 11, so it was. I know. I stopped growing in 2013. So yeah, and now you're 6 foot, aren't you?
Like, yeah, 5'11" and something.
We'll round
but
up.
we'll round up. I'm 6 foot, okay? Because people were like, just say you're 6 foot, or you're not really 6 foot, whatever. But when I saw her, I was like, I like looked down. I was like,
who's this little ant?
Who is this? Who is this? But I didn't really feel awkward. I mean, nervous. I was nervous too. Like, it's always nervous.
I think awkward isn't the right word for it. I think I just feel so much social pressure.
Social pressure, and more
especially then I did.
Yeah, and like that's so normal with anybody. Like, I don't know. I feel that's normal. And I was super excited, but I was also nervous. It's like the anticipation as well of meeting someone you haven't seen in like, what do you want me to count? A lot of years.
Well, I don't. What grade did you go into?
I went to Chavez in 6th grade.
Well, no. Like, what year was that? Because we started high school in 2016, and then you count backwards, so 2015, 2013, 2012.
You're right.
No, it was 2011. Because right after my youngest brother was born, we moved.
Oh yeah, you didn't leave in 5th grade. You left.
We left in 7th grade.
The school
But we weren't in contact then.
No.
Well, I left the elementary school in 2nd grade.
But we didn't really hang out that much, anyways.
No, but we called.
We did.
But.
Which was so cute. Like.
Yeah.
We're like little pen pals. Not pen pals, but like.
We're long distance.
We're long distance, I guess.
Like a town over, like maybe.
Yeah, huh?
Well, no, you lived. The place you live now.
I still live in the place. Yep, it was the same place.
How long of a drive is that?
How long was the drive? What do you mean? From
your place to mine, like today.
Oh,
That's like 15 minutes.
That's like 15 minutes.
We're just dramatic.
Wait, you lived... Oh.
Yeah, because where else would I have been?
It was really 15 minutes, huh?
Because I lived with my grandma until I was 6.
Oh my gosh. Huh. That's funny.
That's crazy.
We kind of...
But that's how I feel about, string theory, that people are in like such plain sight that you kind of don't realize it until later.
Until... Well, it was...
Because, I mean, if you think about it, when I came back... So I moved back down in Oceanside junior year, in the middle of junior year. I think maybe the end of it. I don't remember if it was summer or not. But I came down junior year. Stayed there for the whole summer, and you lived 15 minutes away the whole time. You know how many times we probably were in the same shopping center doing something, or at the beach
passed by each
time,
other,
and just not have known or seen each other.
And you know how many times I've passed by the street for your places? And
the funny thing is, I have a friend who lives really close. I had a friend who lives really close to you, on Old Grove Road.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
it's a small world.
It really is.
It really
is a
small word.
Word. Yeah, no, that's crazy. So, going throughout high school, would you say those friendships worsened or better your view of self-care?
I love this one. No, none of my friendships were toxic or bad. I don't suppose. I know what my mom always says. I know this is kind of straying off topic, kind of not. She always says, like, friends come in seasons. And I feel like that season of friends that I had, I don't really talk to them anymore. There's like a couple people I like genuinely hang out with. Like there's a good bunch, but a lot of the ones that were really my friends, like were really like I was with all the time, I don't even talk to them anymore. I'm in contact with them in social media, and I saw one this couple months ago, but we met up for lunch. But for self-care, I don't think they brought, the ones in high school at least, I didn't start finding myself until I met friends outside of high school, until I became an adult, 18. And became an adult, right? That's when you're an adult? I'm just kidding.
Legally.
No, but I just don't feel like, not that, I'm not saying they held me back or anything, but I don't think they brought out the me in me until I met you, obviously. And then until I met friends from my first job, Walmart, everybody, which we're sitting in right now, but Anyways, but it was not until like I was an adult until I finally started like finding myself, finding my friends, finding the people I'm going to be staying with. And obviously a lot of those people are not, I don't talk to them, but there's again a good bunch. And friends come in seasons, and the ones who stick are the ones who bring out the best you, and they're the ones who, and I feel like having good friends like that, like you're literally a form of self-care for me. I will say that. Like, you're literally a form of self-care. And I think you need to surround your people in general. Mm-hmm. You need to surround yourself with people who make you feel like this is your type of self-care. Like, going out with you or whatever other friends, like, it literally, like, I'll be having a bad day or a bad month thinking about some people. Mm-hmm. But, like, as soon as I'm with my friends or as soon as I'm with you, I'm like, it just erases out of your mind, and then it gets you thinking like, I want to focus on my friends more than I want to focus on like a relationship or just any bad stuff. Like, I just want to focus on my friends and my self-care people, I suppose, because that's a form of self-care. And it's not like, I'm using you because but it's like, like I genuinely I love being around you, and I love being around the people who make me feel like me.
I love being around you too.
Yeah. Until we're over here. You should have seen us somehow. We look like an old married couple or
siblings.
That or people think we're dating and they're like, oh my gosh. But that's just how we are. It's literally, if we were like nice to each other or nicer, I don't think like we wouldn't be friends.
I think we'd be friends.
No.
I think our dynamic would be different.
Bullying is my love language for you. Okay. And it's called constructive bullying, and yeah.
Constructive.
I'm just kidding. I'm not abusive, guys. I swear.
No.
No, but
I wanted to ask you. So there is this term. I'd like to think I came up with it, but I don't think I'm that much of a genius.
Oh, she's a philosopher.
I'm gonna take anthropology next semester.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
For real.
But
I was like, wait. Not me actually believing you were gonna take anthropology. I was like, wait.
No, I am. Next
you
semester.
are?
Yeah.
I thought it was linguistics.
I'm majoring in linguistics after I transfer, but I'm taking the class next semester.
This is why I'm doing so bad in college. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. But I wanted to ask, my friend and I had talked about this concept when we were going through our yearbooks, and it's called being acquaintances with someone because of convenience. Mm-hmm. And we realized that a lot of our relationships from high school, we were so good friends with these people, and then the minute, well, I can't really say this for when I graduated because I didn't make a whole lot of friends at the new school because COVID happened right in the middle.
Literally right in the middle.
But once I moved from Hemet to Oceanside, a lot of those friendships fell off.
Like the ones from Hemet?
Yeah, I'm friends with very select people from Hemet now, but I feel like a lot of those friendships I had with high school people was because of convenience. Like, you're friends with them because you have a class with them, and not really because you're good friends. Do you feel like you have a lot of those relationships, or had a lot of those?
I feel like friends for convenience. I don't think so. A lot of the people I was with, obviously there's people in like classrooms, like, I that I knew, I'm not saying I was popular, like who is popular, but I knew a lot of people, and like I knew people from these classrooms, so I was never like alone in a classroom really. So but there were people I didn't really hang out with. I still stuck with that one group I was with, and honestly the one group I was with I had like no classes with, which is kind of funny. So I feel like I don't really have a lot of people that were a convenience to me and that were like my friends. But a lot of the people, yeah, because I don't really talk to any of those people anymore either. But what's funny is the group I was with, I don't even really associate with anymore either. But I don't really feel like I've had people just for convenience. Is it more of in a sense of like, you think their convenience or
just your relationship, your like symbiotic relationship is convenient. Like it's kind of those people where you're like, oh, I have math with so and so I'm going to be friends with this person because we have more than one class together, but you wouldn't sit with them at lunch.
No.
Okay.
But I more so of like they were again like acquaintances. They were the people I knew in the classrooms. They were acquaintances, but yeah, I wouldn't sit with them. So maybe it was more of a convenience.
And that's, I think, is okay.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere that said, it's almost similar to what your mom had said, where you have friends for every season, but you have friends for every occasion. Like, you have a friend that you go clubbing with. You have a friend that you
sorry,
have,
guys, I'm a little dumb.
No. It's okay. No, not that at all. This is like a separate adjacent topic.
Okay.
So what you said was totally valid and within your right.
I'm sweating up in here.
You're fine. There's so there's one friend that you go clubbing with, and you have a friend that you're able to like get advice from. You have another friend that you study with, and et cetera, et cetera.
I totally get it.
And so do you assign roles to your friendships, or do you kind of just see everyone as like, this is my friend, this is my friend?
Exactly. I just see everyone as, this is my friend. There's not a group, like, I don't really have groups of, like, right now I don't really have like a lot of friends. I mean, that's not bad. Like, it's not in a sad sense, but I just have, I see everyone as friend. Like, you, obviously, and I have friends up in, they're up in college right now, up in LA, and that I see from time to time. But I kind of like, I don't want to say I do the same thing with all my friends, but it's more the same vibe. Like, we kind of do everything, except we haven't been to the club yet, girl. So when are we going to club? I'm just kidding. I haven't been in the club in so long. But I've never really like categorized my friends. I've just seen them as they're my people, my self-care. They're, we're riding with the wind, and we're gonna be doing whatever we gotta do, whatever we plan to do.
Would you say you keep your circle smaller than usual?
Going back. I guess you could be my study friend, because
we really.
But we don't really
that's
study.
What we've been doing lately, for sure.
Yeah, well,
since my 8-week course started, at least we've been at Barnes and Noble.
We were supposed to today, but we were like, meh.
We went shopping.
We went shopping instead. Typical. Going back to your question you were just about to ask. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Would you say you keep your circle smaller now than you did, like, in high school, for instance?
Oh, it's so much more smaller. Like, going back, I did say, I'm not, again, popularity, well, I'm not saying I was popular. I just knew people.
I think you were a social butterfly.
Yes, exactly. I was just super social. And so, like, I had my one group, but, like, because I'd go up to another group and hang out with them, and like, I barely know them, and I'd feel really awkward. So like, I didn't have like groups of people I went off to. I had like my one group, but I was just kind of everywhere in a sense. But besides that one group, I felt very like, I don't know, off, and it wasn't like, my place to be. But yeah,
nice.
I don't really categorize or anything like that. Wait away.
That's fair. So, by keeping your circle small, like, I know you said, like, you have a good select, like, friends now.
Oh, now? Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I have select, yeah.
Do you think that that's a way of protecting your peace?
I think it's a big...
Have you heard that term before, protecting
your peace? Yeah. That's actually been running through my head for, like, ever since, my whole self-care thing this year. I think it is a way of protecting your peace, because... This is going to sound like, man, but, like, the more people you know, the more, I guess, drama, the more consequences and stuff. But in a sense, it's like, it's just, again, you want to find those people that are genuine to you. And if I have one friend that is, like, is my self-care and is genuine, and it's going to go on forever, then I'd be content with that. Well, I lied. That's a lie. I probably wouldn't be as content with that, because, again, I'm super social, so I just I find myself thinking from time to time, I'm like, dang, I wish I had, like, more friends to hang out with. Not saying, like, not hang out with you all the time is, like, no, but, like, more friends to, like, I don't know, to do other stuff with, like, or the same thing, like, study and stuff, because all my friends are, like, they're in college. Most of the ones, like, I hang out with, like, they're in college and they're busy. And so I don't really have, like, what. But I'm content right now with that too. But I do find myself from time to time thinking, I'm like, I wish I had more people to hang out with and do stuff with and stuff like that. But I'm pretty content with that, because more people, more problems, but more people, more love as well. So
That's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah.
Would you say that you were taught self-care, like, from a young age, or do you think that that's something you had to teach yourself?
I love my mom and my dad, but I feel like I kind of had to teach that to myself, because I'm like the least problematic person in, like, I'm gonna say that with my whole chest. I'm so unproblematic. So I always, well,
no, I think you're very much a pacifist.
Yes. I'm a lover. I got a tattoo that says a lover. I'm a lover and a fighter. But I feel like I had to teach that to myself. It wasn't more so, I don't know. They didn't really teach me. You know what, though? I feel like self-care and finding your confidence and all of that stuff derives from you. I feel like that it mostly it's like a journey you have to find on your own. And yes, your parents can help you, or your friends can help you along the way too. But I feel like it's something like you have to find on your own, because you can't, like, I mean, validation is good. I like validation.
Yeah.
But it's not something like you want to have all the time. It can be kind of unhealthy, I guess. But I do like me some compliments a little bit. I'm like, okay, see.
That's
like when I post, you were gonna say something. You breathed.
Oh, I breathed.
You breathed.
I was going to ask that I don't think our parents are super close in age, because my mom is pretty young.
And my parents are pretty old. Sorry, 50s and it's not that old. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Like,
maybe just a little bit.
No.
It's halfway to 100.
That's very average for parents for how old we are. But my mom was very young when she had my oldest sister. But I was going to ask, do you think that we weren't taught self-care because our parents weren't? Do you think it's like a generational thing?
Yes. Oh, we gotta get to this TED Talk. No, because our parents are in the same generation. Do you think your mom and
my mom is 41.
They're pretty close. Then. Well, whatever. Their generation, don't come at me, okay? But they weren't taught self-love. It was more so like they went into the workforce. They more so you got the job, and this is the job you have to stick with, and the job that this is how it's gonna be, type of stuff. And I don't know, I feel like they weren't really taught self-love a lot. And not saying, like, they can't teach us self-love, but I just feel like that generation, like, our generation we're so like emotional, and in a good sense. We're more in tune. We're more, what you told me about this on a night or something, and something about our generation, like,
I think it's because we have been taught about mental health more.
Yeah.
And I feel like our parents grew up in the social sphere of men don't cry.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Women need to, like, buck up and,
And the men do the jobs, and then women, stay at home.
It's very much...
feed the kids.
There wasn't much room for, I guess...
love
for sure.
Themselves.
And I want to say, not social mobility, but gender mobility. It wasn't very accepting. I'm grateful to be in kind of the world we are today, where it is a more accepting sphere.
Yeah.
I definitely think that obviously we're not at where we need to be in the world.
And I feel like
there's a lot of growth we need to do as a whole.
We have a lot of growth.
I think some places are better than others. Like, Hillcrest is a great place to be.
Oh my goodness, I love the party, the club. I love Hillcrest.
But yeah, I think that, like you said, you made a really good point that self-care and self-love really start within you. And with you saying that, do you think that self-love isn't something that can be taught but needs to be, or not something that can be learned? Actually, let me think about this.
Oop.
Not something
interviewer
that can be taught, but you can only learn it from yourself. You can't learn it from other people.
Like, you can only learn it from self. No, I think self-love, obviously, let's say I have a kid, which I will, Timmy Jr., I'm just kidding. But if I have a kid, I'm definitely going to teach them self-love.
But do you think they're able to
find it on their own? kinda.
Well, not that, but by you teaching them, do you think that they'll be like, yes, I know what self-love is? Or do you think that they have to go through their
Of course,
own journey
no.
to find it themselves?
Like I said too, like self-love, yeah, is about yourself, but there's gonna be these people that are gonna push you. So I feel like me teaching my son, little Timmy, about self-love is, hopefully gonna push him in the right direction to where he finds it himself as well. I guess it's just that little push, or that little open, that door is opening, so you can walk that path and go through that door and find that journey of self-love as well. So I guess it's just, I really do believe like self-love is like, it comes from yourself, but having your friends and having your family can give you that extra push. So if that answers the question, kind of.
Yeah, no, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
That was so kind of like, that was a little religious. I'm just kidding.
Now, do you, a couple months ago, I remember we talked about you purchasing a shadow workbook, like a journal. Do you want to explain what shadow work is?
Okay, so my shadow book is away collecting dust right now. I haven't even started it. What? Shadow work? I don't know. I was going through it. Like, I wasn't like, it's obviously not that big, but I was going through it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to purchase this and see. But I started doing it and I was like, I got bored.
Well, what's the
my
book
attention
about?
Span? Huh?
What's the book about?
I'm telling you,
what does it tell you to do?
I didn't really open it. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. So what shadow work is, for people who don't know, it's a very spiritual practice that anyone can practice.
I knew that.
It's really just prompts that kind of get to help you to reflect on things that you've been through to help you process trauma. A lot of shadow work is centered around healing your inner child, which, by the way, do you feel like you have inner child trauma that you need to fix?
I don't feel like I have inner child trauma.
Or I guess heal, I should say.
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I've never felt like,
because when we talked about it before, you said that like you feel like you had it pretty good.
I did. I had it, and I can confidently say that too, because not a lot of people have, that. I think going back to the people pleasing thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like since I did have it so good, I wanted other people to have it so good too. So I wanted to sorry, this is so random, but I wanted, going back to that question, I wanted people to feel what I felt, and that's why it was more so oh my gosh, you can't fix everyone type stuff.
Yeah. And
I wanted them to have someone who I guess, ooh, that sounds kind of bad. Whatever. Anyways, no, I don't feel like I had any inner child trauma. I mean, there's definitely stuff in there where, looking back, I'm kind of oh, that wasn't right, or oh, this wasn't right. It's just, I was in a daycare too, and I love the lady. She's literally my second mom, but there's some things she didn't really treat me right in some sense. I was kind of the black sheep sometimes of the whole entire daycare when I was little. Not now. I'm the golden child now because I helped a lot, but back then, I don't know, I always used to get in trouble for stupid little things, or I'd get soap in my mouth, which is it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but or I'd have to do wow, I'm just a little privileged, anyways, this stuff is not that bad, but it's just, I don't know, I wasn't treated not right, but I was just treated as the black sheep. And then I come back to visit, and sometimes I see another kid getting this same treatment. She was really indifferent towards this one kid, and I don't know, I feel I don't know, I feel she had a lot to do with it, but I don't know.
Knowing what you know about her now, do you think that she has a lot of self-care? Or she's practiced a lot of self-care?
I think she came in a generation before my parents. She's not old. She's in her 60s, but damn, I'm gonna be saying 80's not old, but it's not. Everyone's young at heart, but I don't know, she's a very stubborn person, and I feel self-care, she just recently went through something, and something to deal with cancer, and I don't know, she smoked a lot too, so that's not a form of self-care, obviously. Cigars, people, cigars. But I don't know, again, in that generation, I guess they couldn't really focus on themselves, I suppose, because there was a standard that was set, I'm so random. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I feel like I'm rambling, but
Well, that's
the point
of podcast.
this is me, y'all. This is genuinely
Mm-hmm.
me speaking. This is literally our conversation every time we hang out.
Yeah.
It's
Normally
me
we're
saying
down by the beach when we have it, though.
No, yeah.
If we have, like, our long talks.
But we're in a Walmart parking lot looking at
the past sunset.
in the cars. It's
The sun
dark.
has set. Yeah. How do you have any mantras that you say to yourself to remind yourself of self-care?
One mantra. Well, I guess we're gonna start today.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't really. Share one with me. Maybe it'll click in my head.
Oh, geez. I don't even know. I mean, I know you know the song, but I know you don't know it by heart.
Agora Hills by Doja Cat.
No, it's I Am by Flo Milli.
Yeah, don't cancel me. Sing it.
It's like, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch.
Okay.
That one?
Yeah.
I mean, like, affirmations. Like, do you practice affirmations?
Yeah. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, like, kind of, yeah. When I look in the mirror, sometimes I'll be like, dang, you're one hot, toasty, you know what. I guess that's kind of like an affirmation, but I feel like, you know, you have to be silly and goofy like that to yourself, because if you're not, then you're just gonna explode. But I guess it's that, because I never used to do that either. I used to never like compliment myself. I never used to I don't know. I just never used to compliment myself like that. So when I do it now, it feels really good. And I suppose, and sometimes even if I sound a little like egotistical or a little about it, like I'm like, I don't care, because I never used to do that before. So me doing it now is like a big thing, I feel.
Do you feel like you've come a long way?
I feel like I've come a really long way. Even when I say that like I'm behind and stuff, I look at all the things I did. Like I got my first job. Obviously you helped me, but like that was like my first job. Like my parents didn't help me at all with that. With the legal stuff, obviously, yeah. With like, you know, on my birth certificate and stuff. But like I got my job, I got my car by myself. I got, you know, there's all these things that my high school self or my younger self would be like, who is this person? Literally, like I was so shy too, and I was so, you know, like I was like me. I was so like that, but now I feel like I'm a little bit more dangerous than my other friends a little bit, and it's kind of crazy to think about that. Like I got tattoos, and all my other friends, obviously you have like more than me, but one day I'm gonna be like tatted up. I'm just kidding, but it's just, you know, I feel like I've come such a long way. Like, again, my younger self would be like, who is this person? Literally, and I'm not saying that to be, like, biased or anything. Like, literally, they'd be like, who is this person? And there's a lot of stuff that I'm very proud of myself for. And you just got to keep... I guess that's another affirmation. Like, I do think about this from time to time. I think of all the stuff I've done, all the accomplishments I've done, and I'm like, I've gotten so far. And to be living in California... like, that's far as it is. I mean, I know I was born here, but to be surviving out here in California is enough as well, y'all.
Now, back to your younger self, do you think your younger self would be proud of you?
I think my younger self would be super proud of me. I wouldn't tell him everything, because he doesn't need to know everything. Yeah. He'd be like, wait. But I think he would be super proud. He would be super proud that I came out as bi as well, because that was such a big step in who I am as well. And he would, because he was a little bit fruity, but he didn't want to admit it. But I think he'd be proud, and I think he'd be like flabbergasted that I am who I am today. And then it's just gonna keep going further. And yeah, he better be, or else I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna hurt him a little bit.
And well, all right, I think that's time. Do you have any additional comments?
I want to give something to everybody. Do I? Dang, I just wanted to say that because I thought I had something on the tip of my tongue. Just, you know, I know it's easier said than done when you say love yourself, but practice things that, you know, find things you like as well, and find those self-care people, and just don't give people $1,400 because you like them a lot, literally. And I still don't get that money back, but that's my fault. But just do you. Again, easier said than done, because in this day and age, it's kind of hard to do you when everyone else. I almost said when everyone else is trying to do you, but that sounds very wrong. But when everyone else is trying to, like, you know, do their own. I know. It's hard to do yourself. Okay. Anyways, yep. Love y'all.
All right, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for next week for next episode.
I'll be good next time. I'll be better next time.
Bye.